Live in 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1.
Hi, everybody. I finally decided to ditch the intro. I don't know what I'll put in its place, but for now, we will have peace and quiet at the beginning of the show, and I will be the first voice that you will hear live. Welcome to the show. I also decided to call it Transcendence. That's my pet word of the moment. That's my favorite concept of the moment. It has all to do with how we can rise above the limitations of our physical thinking, our physical existence, to a higher dimension where intention creates reality at will. Wouldn't that be nice, right? Well, it'd also be dangerous, right? What I think is what I get. You ever see that movie? I think it was the 7 Wishes or something. I forgot what the name of it was. Never mind. But in any event, here we are. Thank you for coming to the show. We've got a couple of things on the agenda this evening, most of which will be me getting to the phones to read for you. If you make a donation, you go first. I no longer only do mediumship first. I just do donations first, and mediumship could be woven through the show. But mostly what I do probably is going to be you and your life and what you need in the here and now. There is a website for the show, and it is called spiritmediumtv.com. That's spiritmediumtv.com, and there you will find a myriad of resources, one of which is watching a live video feed of me on the screen. That's towards the bottom of the page. The second resource is a way to jump to the top of the queue, and that's called the 8 No Wait. If you have an urgent matter that just can't wait, donate 8 and jump the gate. You can find out how to do that at spiritmediumtv.com. And then also there's the free for me. Use radio show as the key in the, what's it called? The event code field. Use radio show as the key to obtaining a third more time free. So if you pay for 30 minutes, you get a third of that, which is 10 minutes free if you use radio show in the event code field. That's about all I can say for that particular page, but it is important for you to know about it. There is one other thing. I am going to be doing a Facebook Live event from Vermont because I will be traveling. As a matter of fact, there will be only a repeat radio show on the 20th. 13th, which is next week, we will have a show. But the 20th will be a repeat show as I will be in transit. Now, on the 18th, I will be in Vermont. Don't ask me how I ended up in Vermont, but all right, now that I brought it up, I do have family there. Family in Vermont. I have family in Kentucky. And I am from New York originally, so don't ask me why they ended up going to where they went, especially the Kentucky thing. That's kind of weird, but anyway. Not that I don't love all these places, just who would have ever thought I'd have family in these locations, because I still think of myself as a New Yorker. But anyway, on the 18th of August at 1 p.m. on Facebook, you can play a game with me, a haunted house game, Haunted Vermont psychic game. And I will be leading you into a psychic state, and you will be led to answer some questions about the location I'm at. And that person that gets the most answers right wins. 30-minute session with me free. So if you want to know the link, just go to spiritmediumtv.com, and the link's right there at the top of the page. Let me see what it looks like. I can speak with a little more authority here. I'm reloading the page at the moment. Oh, yeah. Go here to play. It's down the page a little bit, spiritmediumtv.com. It says, go here to play the virtual Vermont haunting psychic game to win a free reading. And that is on the 18th. It's 8/18/18. That's like an 888 number. So we're going to have some real fun with that. Okay. So what I usually like to do is a channel message at the beginning of the show. But last week, I just went right into the messages. And I think that's what I'm going to do this week. But I do still need, hi, Gabby. I still do need to do a prayer, energy connection, and so on and so forth. So we're all connected psychically. So everyone listening, if you would please, in your respective locations, sit back, uncross your arms and legs, and start to breathe from your abdomen. Hi, Gabby. Allowing yourself to gently and lightly lift up on the inhale, breathing in deeply. And releasing your energy, feeling good about yourself, releasing and relaxing. If you're looking for an other side connection this evening, please call in your loved ones in the spirit world now, keeping in mind that spirit will deliver the soul who is easiest to pull in, highest energy to come through. So keep that in mind. You can ask for who you want, but be open to who you get. And if you're looking for an answer to a life question or healing or some development advice or whatever it might be, focus in on that now, remembering to breathe from your abdomen gently and deeply. Breathing in and exhaling. While you do that, I'm going to invoke the Master Prayer. I will be back in a millisecond. And now, on the next exhale of breath, if you would please release into your space your energy, I will connect us. One moment, please. Oh boy, I get so many different images. Sometimes I say to myself, well, maybe this doesn't mean anything. But tonight, when I pulled in the energy, there was a lot of black in the energy. But that's not a bad color. It just means grounding is needed for someone in particular in the group this evening. A lot of grounding is needed. And there was also an image of a woman. It might be related to you, Gabby. I'm not quite sure, but I did see a face with a woman who had light hair. It looked like it could be white hair, layered, even features, wearing a little bit of lipstick, kind of nice looking, but perhaps a little bit on the older side. So I don't know who that is. All right, so I'm going to go to the first person who made a donation. That is Teresa. Okay. And then I will go to whoever else is there, unless they made a donation. Hi, Teresa.
Hello, Laura. How are you?
I'm doing great, sweetheart. Thank you so much for your donation. And as I mentioned,
Absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely. That goes in part to help animals. I donate monthly to a local charity. For now, I don't know what will happen next, but this is my favorite charity of the moment. So, all right. So let's see.
I'm all about helping animals.
I think. Oh, today I actually had an animal. I love animals maybe more than the average person. I don't know. I'm a little bit more intertwined, if you will. So today I was on a walk, taking my aerobic walk, and I noticed that this car sort of went kaplunk and then stopped a little bit and then continued down the road. And what was left behind was a bird, a big bird. Apparently the car must have rolled.
Aww.
It must have rolled over the bird. And I stood there going, uh-oh, what should I do? I didn't know what to do. So I go running over to the bird, and it was one of these, they call them wild turkey birds. It's a subset of the turkeys we're used to seeing. It's a wild turkey. And it was, its mouth was open, its neck was stretched out, and it looked like it was trying to scream, but no sound was coming out. And its wings were coming out on the sides, and it looked like it was in pain. It couldn't move really. It was wreathing around, moving like, just couldn't do anything. So I thought, what should I do? What should I do? What should I do? I don't know what to do. I had an umbrella with me because I was shading myself from the sun. Florida, you got to try to do that if you're walking. So I had this idea. Maybe I could scoop the bird out of the road with the umbrella, because I tried to do it with my hands and it was trying to nip at me. So I was able to do that. I put the umbrella under the bird and I was able to scoop it to the side of the road onto the grass. And lo and behold, in that process, it must have clicked back to being able to move. And it did. It jumped into the canal and it swam away. So happy ending. Yeah, happy ending. Okay, so let's go into you, Teresa. Yeah, let's go into you, love. All right. Oh, you know, I forgot. I was, duh. I'm supposed to do a focus subject, and I will after I'm done working with Teresa. So let's now see, Teresa, what is going on.
Oh, good. I enjoyed it.
Yeah. Thank you, sweetie.
Right.
All right. So, all right, Teresa P, area code 503. Okay, there is a female showing up for you. I'm not sure. I know you've called in a few times and made donations, and I believe every time I end up pulling in someone you don't want. So I don't know if you're looking for this particular.
Oh no, I'm open to whoever's coming through.
Oh, okay, wonderful.
Always.
All right. Well, this is an older woman. First thing she shows me are her legs. They're very narrow and thin in the calf region. It looks like she's having mobility issues. Needs a walker to walk around. Her hair is on the whiter side. Her hair is white. It's kind of wavy, but it's on the shorter side. She's older. She looks older. She's got high cheekbones, bags under her eyes from age. She's wearing lipstick today. She's also wearing a sweater type of thing that's light. It's a light color. And she's got these pants on that end like right under her knee for some reason. She's showing me her calves that they're thin. And she server. Let's see what it does. Continue to connect. It's going to connect me again. Where is? Do I have to try calling in again? Oh God. This is so frustrating. Okay, let's try calling in this way. Okay, thank God. All right. Teresa?
Hello?
Teresa?
Yes.
Okay, I had to
Yes,
use my
yes.
phone. I'm on my phone, everybody. For some reason, Skype blasted me off. So I'm glad to see everybody's still here. Yeah. All right. So I was saying I saw this older woman, and I also got a flash of a male under her, meaning she would have given birth to a son. But she looks like she lives an extended life into an older time frame. Do you know who this is, please?
I think so. I think it's my mom's mom.
She is a mother figure to you for some time, she says to me, in your life when you're on earth. She says through me to you, you're a very kind and loving person. You take care of a lot of people in your family. She also shows me that she has a heart problem or heart issues towards the end of her life, but she does transition to spirit slowly and gently. It's not like here one moment, gone the next. Now, would you remember that, honey, for Grandma?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Your heart
It
is
was slow. It was sad.
yeah, slow. She says so. She has had a very good life on earth. She's not sad about her transition because she accomplished what she wanted to accomplish when she was on earth. And by other people's standards, maybe they may be scratching their heads and saying, well, what did you invent I don't know, the cure for
She did not.
no, but you see, she's giving me a lot in those words. What she's trying to show me is that she had a family. She raised a family. She had good values. She's a good person. I hear Christian values. She's a good person. She always carried through on things. She was a responsible individual. And by those definitions, she considers herself very lucky, very fortunate for the beautiful and lovely family that she did have. She's also giving me the word Rose or Rosie. It may have some significance to you. I don't know, but I need to say that word, Rose or Rosie. Does that have any significance, please? Teresa, are you there?
Not that I can immediately recall. So
That's fine.
Probably when I think about it.
Okay, that's fine. Let me see something else. She also says to me that she has brothers, or there are brothers in the spirit realm. It could be brother-in-laws also.
Yes.
And she's giving me the number 4, as if there's 4 brothers in spirit with her. Now, again, those could be her brothers. They could be brother-in-laws. I just want to say that she gives me the number 4 with saying they're brothers. So if you don't know what
Yep.
if you're not sure.
No, I got that.
Yeah. Now I don't know.
Both brothers and brothers-in-law. Mm-hmm.
Altogether, it does add up to 4. Then you're saying.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
She loves.
Yep.
She loves all of them. Her brother-in-laws and her brothers. Everybody's good people in the family. We all take care of each other. We all get along well. There was something she wanted to say to you. Again, around you is the word rose. Rose. Rose is very important right now. Do you garden with roses? Do you have roses in the garden?
I used to, but I've had to move into a small place.
Oh.
So,
do you miss the roses?
With no yard.
Oh.
I do.
Yeah, that's why she's showing me. Because she shows me that there were roses in a garden, and okay, so she's trying to talk about you missing the past. So we're going to go now. We're going to go to a personal message. She says she loves you so much. She says, what a heart of gold you have. She says, you're always helping everyone but yourself. She says, now when it was time for others, when it was time for others to give to you, although you're very understanding, no one had deep pockets enough to help you. She says she loves you very much for all the sacrifices you made in the honor of other people in the family. Everybody around you appreciates you. Okay, but they can't take from you any longer, even though you'd like to be able to give to them. So she shows me this idea of you, Teresa, being a giver. And maybe, if you had more money now, you'd still be giving. But I have a feeling that you have children, yes?
Yes.
Yeah, and several of them, and that they could use your help right now, but you can't give any more to them and they can't give to you and financially. There's a lot of that stress going on right now in the family. She loves all of you, right? She loves all of you very, very much. She says, take care of everything for me as if I was still there, meaning you being a matriarch. And she says, everybody up here loves you. Everybody up here loves you. Okay, my dear. Do you have?
I love and miss everybody.
Yeah. All right, Teresa. Thank you
Do
so
I have
much.
reason to be hopeful about my future? Things turning around for me
In a financially?
financially?
Let's see. Is there anything going to happen with that, please, Grandma? Anybody there? What about Teresa's future? You have richness of the soul, Grandma has, and she's teasing you. What do you need with money? She's just teasing you a little bit. She says, severely limited for the time being. However, there are others in the family who will do well in the future. There's one child of yours, I see a male, who would be able to help you in the future. Not that you want to take from anyone else, but that money will be there for you in the future. I see that you have one son that is not married or does not seem to have the burden of a family or that kind of burden on him. I wouldn't say maybe he's not married, but if he does have a family, it's not burdening to him in the future. There's going to be enough money coming in for him that he will be able to help you and everyone else around him. I do see another male to you, offspring, it seems, that has a lot of responsibility, does have his own family. So, he, if they could, they'd be giving you money. They love you. Everybody loves you. So does that make sense to you, honey, having children, two of which are male, I'm seeing? And I see a female also, a daughter. Teresa?
That doesn't, I have just one son.
Okay.
I have other, people around that are.
Oh, okay. You don't have
like children to me.
Okay.
Yeah.
You don't have a biological daughter then?
No.
Okay. Do you have any stepchildren from other marriages or from your husband or what have you?
Not. No. I'm single, and no, not at the moment.
All right.
Well, hopefully that'll change.
Okay. Well, let me just say that maybe it's the same son, but I see him at some point. Right now, he has his own responsibilities financially, but
yeah.
I do see in the future he's going to have more than enough for everyone, and that you would enjoy that on some level because you're part of the family, so you'll be included in whatever happens, and that will give you a lot of expansiveness. Now, in your own life and your own way of earning a living, it is limited for the time being. However, that can blossom out in the future as well. You just need to keep trying. But I want to say, Teresa, I just feel you need to relax a little bit and not worry too much because things are going to sort of take care of themselves.
Okay.
All right. So I don't see a lot of tremendous money. I see a little job coming in the future, but I don't see that you're going to be fabulously well off again. I think most of the money is going to come in from your offspring, and that would be fine.
Okay. All right.
All right. That's what I'm seeing now. And maybe another time we can go into detail about that. If you have some business idea or you're looking at a job, we can go into that. Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you, sweetheart. Bye-bye. Okay, so Sandy's saying lost you, 770, got you now. Yeah, sorry everybody. Rose, I have to go to Rose now, who called in first. Hi Rose, how you doing?
Good, how you doing today?
Yeah, well, I could be better if this phone didn't stop on me. That was a little shocker, but other than that, everything's cool.
Right.
What can Spirit do for you this evening?
I don't know if you have any messages for me, or I was thinking about developing my psychic abilities, and I was just curious if you see me doing that in the future, like readings and different things like that.
Yeah, let's see for you, sweetheart. First thing I got to say is you got to have more confidence and not be so afraid of getting out there, and also exposure. There's almost like a little bit of a fear of failure for you. Like, oh my God, if I stick my neck out, what's going to happen if I don't do everything perfectly? Well, guess what? You'll develop, and that's good. Don't worry too much about that. Do you have dogs, honey?
Right.
Do you have dogs around you?
What'd you say?
Dogs. Do you have dogs around you, love?
Yeah. I have 2 dogs, and then I have quite a bit
Yeah.
in the spirit world.
Yeah. Yeah, they're very loving and friendly and kind. Okay, so let me just continue with this. So don't be afraid to get out there. Don't be afraid of making mistakes. And you need to really try. You need to put yourself out there. And I'm going to tell you how. Okay, for some reason, I see you either inviting people into your home or you're in somebody else's home, but it looks to me like it's going to be through word of mouth and private arrangements. I don't want to call them parties. I want to call them more like private readings, either in your home or in other people's homes. But I want to get to before that, what you do to get that. Rose at 631, hold on. You're very good at what you do. You know what you're doing. It's just a matter of not being afraid of, there's something about exposing yourself. And I don't even want to say failure, although I said that before. It's more than that. Oh, it's energy.
I was just trying to do it. I just did it for the first time when I was at a party on Saturday.
Oh, is that why I saw that?
It just came over me, and I started doing readings for people.
Oh, okay, that's what I saw. All right. Okay, so that's what you got to do. You have to do more of that. Do more of that. Don't be afraid. Get yourself out there. But they were giving me a message about more than just the fear of failure. There's something more to this because you are very gifted. You are very talented, but they were showing me something. Bear with me for a moment, Rose. What was it, Spirit, you were trying to show me? Oh, when you open up your energy on a subconscious level, you don't want to mix with other people's energy. This is a deep-seated thing. So what I know you may not even be aware of it consciously, but I think it's a subliminal thing. So what I want you to do is wear or take with you each time you do a reading something for, I know it sounds a little strange, but something for protection, like a crystal or a talisman of some sort, something symbolic to you that symbolizes protection, so that you're setting the intention of a field of energy around you that will always shield you from any negativity that the other people may have. This is subconscious in from another lifetime where you did have trouble using your gifts. So this will protect you and you'll be able to move forward. This will soften any fears you have about opening your energy. Because when we read for others, as you know, we open our energy up. We're mingling with other people's energy. And sometimes it could be toxic, it could be toxic, could be not the best energy for us. So bring with you, wear with you something that is meaningful as far as a talisman for energy protection. And you will do it then with less subconscious holding back. It will allow you to open up more and truly connect with others. You are gifted, and this will work for you over time. And the plan is to try to get as many parties as possible for a very small fee. And then you start to build a mailing list, and then you branch out from there. Hope that makes sense.
Yeah, that makes sense.
All right.
Okay.
That
sounds good.
All right, honey. Thank you so much,
Okay.
Rose. Good night, honey. Bye-bye.
Okay.
Okay, and now I'm going to Sandy, who's at 770. Hello, Sandy. What can I do for you?
Hello?
Hi, honey. What can Spirit do for you?
Oh, well, I've got a friend. Her name's Diane, and I just am not sure what's going on with her lately.
Yeah. Okay.
And her interactions with me.
Oh, that's interesting. Maybe I'll tell you later why I had something like that happen to me, and the name is the same. Isn't that interesting? Okay, Sandy, and you're at 770. Let me go to your energy and see what's going on with Diane. Yes, Diane is a good person. I do feel that she cares about you. I have to say that right off the bat. She cares about you. Oh, wait a second. But she has put ideas in your head. about something. Subliminal messages almost. That's kind of interesting. So I would say this person likes you a lot, but there might be a sense of her being manipulative on an energetic level to get her way or to do what she wants, or have you think certain things or do certain things for her. And you might feel entrapped or confused, or just split, or the word is bifurcated, split in two, about, are these my thoughts or her thoughts? Is this for my highest good or her highest good? I'm not quite sure anymore where this is going and what she really wants. But I do feel she does like you, but it's just she has a funny way of interacting with others that you might be feeling a little overpowered by her energy. Is that what you're experiencing, please?
Well, it's just back in 2006, she had a liver transplant.
Okay.
And ever since then, she's been a little bit different.
Oh.
Interesting.
A little bit different since 2006 with the liver transplant. So you're thinking maybe the tissue of another person's body brings in a different consciousness? Is that what you're asking me?
Well, I'm kind of wondering because, she seems to try to pick fights with me lately.
Okay.
She turns one, I'll be talking about a subject, then she'll turn it into it's like I'm overreacting when all I'm doing is telling her something about what's happening.
Yeah. Okay, so I'm going to say again, I do feel she cares about you, but there's a manipulative, controlling aspect to her. Now, whether or not it came from the liver transplant, I'm going to try to give you the why behind it. Why? And okay, so what I had said, just to review, is that you might feel split or confused about her behavior. And that I said it a different way. I didn't see it as arguments. I saw it as manipulation and control. And that she has an agenda. And the agenda is that she wants you to do things she wants to have done, and she wants them done her way. And what else? Why is she doing it this way, though? Why is she getting into arguments? So that, hold on. She is a very controlling personality. She wants things done her way. She wishes she had more freedom in her life. I see her not feeling well a lot of the time, and it makes her tense and cruel even, and short of temper. She's just not feeling well about herself, and I feel that she's not physically. Obviously she had a liver transplant. I don't see her physically that well. I see her.
She also has lupus.
Yeah, I don't see her well. So I see that because of her lack of health, it's made her very testy, difficult, and it's like she'd like it if people could just wave a magic wand and make her feel better, but you can't do that. No one can do that. But she does feel very close to you, and I do feel that she cares about you, but there's not having good health. Is making her making her testy and difficult to get along with, but also I feel that she'd like to be able to get her own way more often than not, and she tries to do it in a manipulative way, a controlling way. And it comes out as an argument. Okay, it comes out as an argument, different opinions or whatever, but it's basically controlling situations because she is in a weakened state. Most people that will try to control situations do not feel good about themselves, either emotionally or physically. And sometimes the delineation between the two is blurred. So she's in a weakened state. She's not feeling well physically. There's always a spiritual, psychological underpinning to that. And she's trying to get what she needs done through you. And the arguments are part of that control and manipulation. Now, what should you do about that so that you can have more peace in your life? because I'm sure you would like to get along with her better, and you're not asking for these arguments. I'm going to see if I could give an answer to you, honey. This is not easy, Sandy.
Okay.
Let's see what you can do about this. She's difficult to get along with, period. There's nothing that you can do except to, yeah, she's just difficult. So what you're going to have to do is put loving boundaries in place so that you, when she is testy and difficult, that you step away for a while. It's the only way to have any peace for yourself, because you can't change her. You cannot change her. She's going to do what she's going to do. You can try using empathy, but that's not going to help any. I mean, in other words, you can't change her. You're not going to be able to change her. So do you know what I mean when I say healthy boundaries in place?
Yeah, I do. I do.
All right. Well, I think it's mostly...
It's just stepping back whenever she starts acting that way.
It's not easy. Sometimes you can get hooked in. Okay, hold on. Emotional control is an issue for her. She has not gotten over the loss of a loved one in the past that upset her very, very much. It sticks like a pain in her gut. Part of the reason that she is ill is because of all these things. The bile system is off in her system, which relates to anger and rage, actually. And bile is related to the liver. That's why she had a liver issue. And now she's got lupus on top of it. So she has a lot of emotional control and healing issues that she needs to take care of. You can't heal her for her. Best you can do is protect yourself and understand her better. Okay, Sandy?
Okay.
All right, sweetheart. God bless. I'm going to let you go now, honey.
I appreciate it.
Thank you, love. Bye-bye. Okay, I'm going now to 954. I believe that this would be Fran. Fran, is that you?
Yes, right. Hi, Lori. You are so right. It's me.
Yeah, I'm sorry, everybody. You know, the switchboard, when that happened, where I got accidentally cut off, all the names disappeared and all, but I'm doing the very best I can do. Okay, sweetie, so I know what your question is already. It's about the Spain trip. And I think you had asked the question about going in August, and I see September now. When are you going? When are you going, honey?
I'm going to, August 25th, I'm going to come back on September 1st.
Oh, okay. Well, let me just see if there's anything bad with it. Because her question was, everybody, she had asked a while ago, should she go on the trip to Spain? And I had said I didn't think it was going to happen. I didn't see it in August. And she booked the trip and now wants to know what I see. Okay. So it's a little later.
Yeah,
it's a little,
make sure.
Yeah. So it's a little later than I had said. Let me just see. Spain and France, good or bad, good or bad, good or bad. It's a good trip. You won't have a problem with it. Something about sweets and eating delicacies when you get there. You need to be a little careful that you don't overindulge, particularly in the area of, I don't know, cakes for some reason. I see you having something sweet that's going to upset your stomach. So be careful with what you're eating and drink enough good, clean fluids. You know, not probably you need to drink bottled water when you're there. I think you might be going to Rondo, I believe it's called, where they have the bullfights. Do you have that in your trip?
It's Barcelona, Madrid, and St. Sebastian.
Okay. Well, I see something to do with bullfights. Okay.
Ooh.
So you may see a bullfight.
Maybe we'll go to a bullfight.
Yeah. And I just think you're going to like it. So don't worry too much about it. It'll be fine. Yeah, it'll be fine.
Oh, good. I was worried that I might have a flare up with my hip or back or something like that. It'll prevent me from going.
No, I don't see that.
You know, so.
I don't see that, honey. I think you're going to be fine.
Okay.
Yeah, remember all the,
Lauren.
yeah, just keep the food clean and stay away from acid-producing foods. For that, so it's bursitis, right, that you have?
No, I don't have that at all. But I know to stay away from sweets. Too much sweets are no good for me.
Okay. I don't know why everybody's
right.
Well, I hear sweets are not good, but I also thought that you had bursitis. I thought we had a session about this.
Oh, Fasciitis, yes, I do have fasciitis. Sorry, I didn't hear that. Yes, I do. So what should I stay away from if I have fasciitis?
Okay, remember, the session that we had together was to tell you to not eat a lot of red meat. So I'm going to say it again. Keep your diet clean and on the alkaline level. And you can Google alkaline diet, and that will give you the guidelines. Around. Oh no, it's reconnecting again. Oh my word. Okay, bear with me, everybody. I'm trying to connect. No, everything is good on my end. I have internet connection. Can everybody hear me? Gabby, can you put something in the chat room? Or for some reason, it looks like the whole thing went down. All righty, I don't know what to do. Can anybody hear me? Oh, Gabby's waving. Okay, great. Loud and clear, toots. Okay. The switch board is disconnected for some. I don't know what I'm going to do. Okay, so I guess I'm going to have to end the show early unless, Gabby, you have a question from there. Because there's nobody on the switchboard. They all got knocked off. And the last line that I'm trying to open is in a holding pattern. It's just going round and round and round. Punt. Okay, punting. Nothing's happening. Okay, you do have a question? All right. I was shown a house by my property manager. Okay, so you want me to, I'm not sure what that, as my current owner wants to sell. I'm not sure what I don't quite understand what that means. Property manager, current owner wants to sell. This new house in the same city. I don't understand the question, but I will make it into something simple that Spirit can take over for me. Will we get this new house in the same city is a good question. Let's see. Gabby. Yeah, it will come to you. But I just feel maybe a back and forth on it, or there's some kind of obstacles that need to be overcome. And money seems to be an issue here, or terms and conditions. So there is going to be a little bit of a fight with the seller, I believe, if this is the way it's working. And there seems to be obstacles that need to be overcome. But in general, I feel it can be done, because I feel there's going to be a bit of a back and forth before it actually have a good deal. Oh, they're showing you another place. Okay. Do you want me to look at the other place? Yeah, the other place is good for you too. You have a few places you could go to. I just feel the one that you asked me about first might fall through, because okay, no one has lived there since Hurricane Irma as they've been renovating. And I was going to say, it seems like a lot of work. I was going to say, feel like a lot of work in the house. So that might be the back and forth, but I feel that there are obstacles to getting that property. The first one that you asked me about. Now you asked me about another place. Oh, wait a minute. Is the other place the one that Hurricane Irma destroyed? No, it's not. It's the first place. Okay, so my answer is there'll be some back and forth, but eventually you will get a place. And I guess you knew that already. Okay, so what I'm going to do now, Gabby, and if there is anybody else listening, is I am going to do the focus subject, which I never, okay, sweetie, I never did do the focus subject, which is a good subject. So I will do that in the remaining time I have. I'm not sure why the whole thing fell away on me, but it did. The whole show just passed through. By the way, every time that this happens on Blog Talk, I always consider doing the show on Facebook Live using some software called BeLive.tv. So anybody that listens to this show regularly might find me there in the future. Join my mailing list to keep in touch. I will let you know, though. I'll give you enough time to let you know that I'm doing that. So it's occurred to me recently that truth is relative. I don't know if you've noticed lately, but there's an awful lot of controversy in the news, for example. This one says this thing, another one says that thing, all kinds of conspiracy theories. And then there's other contradictions in the field of health. Like I like to do a lot of research on health and figure things out holistically. And every time I look something up, it sounds so good. Then I end up getting sick or it didn't work or whatever. And then I find more information out. Another thing that people are looking at right now is to vaccinate or not to vaccinate. Children, for example, or even adults get a flu shot and this shot and that shot. And there's all these pros and cons. So we live in a very confusing world. I guess you don't need me to tell you that. Is there climate change or isn't there climate change? I mean, come on. And then, of course, scientists may say something is so, but then we learn 5 to 10 years later, well, yeah, they change or refine the truth. So truth is relative. I decided to do some channeling on this, and the thing that came through was mind-blowing, for me anyway. And the most important thing is that there is no real truth in our dimension. In the three-dimensional world, all truth is relative according to belief systems. So we live in the dimension of duality. You know, we have a left hand, a right hand. We have God out there. We're over here. We have what we want over there, but it's not in our heart yet. We want love. We want money. We want this. We want that. We live in a dimension where beliefs are the thing that really set truth. But there is another dimension of higher frequency that spirit works in, where there is no subjective truth. There is no I believe this, therefore that is. There is only one energy. There's only one thing, and it's creation. And in this dimension of creation, all you need to do is set intention as an evolved being living in the light, and then that is made. And so they go into this in great detail of how this happens and so on and so forth. And it relates to the transcendence concept that I keep talking about. If you learn while you're still on the earth plane how to transcend the limitations of the material context, the limitations of truth being relative, belief systems having to do with your experience, if you can transcend that through whatever methodology you have, you can create reality at will. You can create reality with intention. And it has nothing to do with earning it. In other words, there's no cause and effect at this higher level. There's no karma at this higher level. There just is beingness. There just is consciousness. There just is creation. And so if you want to know more about this, go to Spirit Medium TV. The first article would be, is truth real? It'll show right now on the blog side of the website. But if you're listening at a future point in time, just search for is truth real? And this article will come up. The other article would be the Transcendence article, which is a partner article to this. And that talks about a specific way to bypass the limitations of the physical to go to a different vibration where you will be able to access that creative mind at will. Now, did I make all of this up? Not Laura, came and channeled. But I also found there is proof of this. I didn't just, I mean, Spirit didn't just give it to me without having a way to prove it. There's a woman by the name of Lynn McTaggart. She's an investigative journalist. She focuses in on the connection between spirituality and science, and she's got books printed in 30 languages. She's been on the New York Times bestseller list. She's been around for a while. And one of her books is The Field, F-I-E-L-D. Another one of her books is called The Intention Experiments. This book in particular is fascinating, where she has worked with very well-known scientists. One of the experiments, for example, using a group of people who were setting intention on a set of seeds, plant seeds. One of the seeds they focused on said, this seed will grow faster and will grow bigger than the other seed in the partnering, in the experiment. And this has been done a number of times, this experiment. In each time, the plant that was sent the intention grew much bigger, much faster. So the key is, how do we enter that space where we can send intention and have effect on reality? And that is in the Transcendence article. Okay, let me go back to Blog Talk. I feel very bad. There are people on the switchboard. So let me go now to 614, even though the show's ending. Hello there, 614. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Okay, who is this? What's your name?
Yes, I can. My name is Silphen.
Silphen? S-I-L-P-H-E-N?
S-A-N.
Oh, I wasn't
That's like
Silphen. Silsen, S-I-L-S-A-N. Oh, wonderful, Silsen. Okay, sweetheart, give me your, do you have a question, honey, this evening, or what are you looking for today?
I have a question. I just started a job, and I'm really having anxiety and having a hard time because people seem to dislike me, and I was just wondering if I would be able to even do the job, or it would get better for me.
Okay. Well, you know, part of the answer is you got to get that thing out of your head that people don't like me. That's not helpful. All right, let me go into a deeper state with you, Silson. I'm asking Spirit to give me an answer for you, so just bear with me, honey, while I focus. Silson, job better, yes or no? Yes, the job over time will get better for you, but you need to, again, fully embrace yourself and like yourself. Do you have any sort of body image issues or anything like that about yourself, Silson?
Yes.
Okay. You see, you have to somehow see it all as you're more than your body, you're your personality, and people will look past all of that and look at your personality. I can see you changing, having more of a lighthearted approach, more playful with people, engaging them in talk. And I also hear the word mystery and intrigue. You must like mystery and intrigue, or maybe there's some subjects that you like to investigate, or you like to read mysteries, you like mysteries and intrigue, but these are subjects other people can become engaged with. So a suggestion here is to overlook your self-consciousness and engage in subjects you're interested in and be playful and fun with others. And I do see this position will be working out for you. You don't need to worry about the past. You only need to think about the future and the new you, the fun you, the glamorous you that overlooks these body image issues and just primps and loves herself, because it's way more than that. People like people who are fun, who make them feel comfortable. So if you do that, you'll be fine, and you're perfectly capable of doing that because you are a fun person, Silson. Okay, my dear?
Okay.
All right, sweetheart. Have a beautiful evening, and thank you for calling in, love. Thank you, honey. Okay, I'm going to 404. Hello, 404. Do you have a name?
Hey, how you doing? My name is Ashia.
What is your name, love?
Ashia.
Ashia. Hello, Ashia. Pleasure to meet you, sweetheart. Wonderful to meet you, love.
Thank you.
Do you have somebody in the spirit realm, male to you, please? An
Yes.
older male to you, like a brother figure? Do you have someone like that, love? Excuse
I
me?
don't have no brothers.
I'm asking you a question. Do you have an older brother in
Nope.
spirit?
No male, no brother.
Okay. I feel there's a man. I didn't mean to go in this direction, but there is a male to you, male that's for you in the spirit realm and feels like a friend then if it's not a brother, or it could be a lover or someone like that. So I just want to say that. Now, are you calling in to have a question answered, my love?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Well, I have a son in spirit realm.
Oh, you have a son in spirit. Wonder why he comes in as a brother.
Yes.
Okay. Do you want me to see if I can?
Brother.
No brothers. Okay.
My dad's brother is in the spirit realm.
Okay. Oh, that's who it is then. Okay. Because you have a son in spirit, there's a very strong connection for you to the other side, and it just opens up when I connect with your energy. So your uncle's probably trying to speak to you and maybe even bring in your son. I just want to say that. But if you have a question that you need, we can go in that direction. Do you have a question, or would you want an other side connection?
No.
Go ahead, honey.
What you think? What do you feel? What am I saying? Because I had a question about my finances that I was trying to meditate.
Yeah.
But if you brought that up.
Well, let's do it this way. I feel that the other side is there for you and they just want to say hello. And they don't need to be developed right now, so we can talk about your money. So let's look at you and your money then. And are you asking if it's going to get better, or is there a specific question you want to give me?
Yes, ma'am. Is it going to get better? I've been trying to manifest something a certain amount into my life.
I can't hear that last thing you said. Something about bringing something into your life.
I'm sorry.
What'd you say?
I've been trying to manifest a certain amount into my life. I've been trying to manifest.
Oh, manifest. Okay, I took sound like I'm trying medicine to bring something into my life, and I'm like, how does that work? Okay, so I love this is my favorite subject, manifesting. Yay! Thank you for asking. Okay, so I'm going to give you specifics for you, but I also want one of the things that's been shown to me recently by spirit from the guides that I work with, the big picture guides, the guides that are here for everyone to help them with this subject of bringing in what they want, is that when we try to manifest, we're trying to use our ego or control it or force it in. Like when we sit every day and try to see ourselves with money, and it's like becomes work, and we're working against ourselves. So this is a general answer, and then we'll go to specific for you. The general thing is you need to learn how to let go and just go into a space where you're meditating and daydreaming about asking. I see myself with money. I thank you for providing me money. Thank you for sending me money, but no sense of stress around it, just a sense of asking and being grateful. Asking and being grateful. There's an article on my website called Transcendence. You can see it there now. The website is spiritmediumtv.com. Read that article. Right? It'll give you how to do it with a particular exercise. Now, so did you get that? spiritmediumtv.com. And the article is Transcendence. Okay, that's still on the side. It's still there.
90 seconds.
You can still see it. So what I want to do now is talk about you in particular. Even though the show is ending, we'll finish with you, darling. So this is for, hold on. What does she need to do specifically, either in her manifesting or some specific things in her life to bring herself more abundance, please? Your thoughts and beliefs are good. You have a nice sense of freedom around you. You feel very flowing. You have a lot of flow to you, a lot of freedom. You're playful, you're creative, you're smart. You have a good sense of humor. The only thing is, those things are very helpful to become more abundant. But one of the things is a pattern, a habit of feeling limited or having boundaries. So the main thing is to follow the transcendence pattern, transcendence technique I just spoke about, I'm going to say it now, even though you can read it in the article. And basically it's to play some wonderful creative music, meditative music, something that makes you feel really dreamy. And have a piece of paper, 8.5 by 11, turned on its side.
10 seconds.
And have some crayons. And then set a timer for 5 minutes. Right at the top of the page, send wealth. Or you could have send money. You know, you could have send, or you could just put financial freedom. Okay, something like that. And then just close your eyes and take the crayon you feel to take and start allowing yourself to just scribble and doodle on the page while you continue to say send wealth or financial freedom or whatever it is. Now, as you do that, you're going to be hearing things. You can write them down with your eyes closed. It's not so much that you have to read this later. It's that you're doing this. The creation act for 5 minutes puts you in this space of creation, and then things happen. So it's not about forcing it. It's about flowing with it. I call it meditative meandering. It's just flowing around, writing things with crayons, playful. And what happens is you go into the space of creation when you do that, and then you can manifest a lot easier without really trying to manifest. It's more like focusing on your subject while you're in this wonderful state of playful doodling and scribble. Okay, sweetheart? So that's how it's done, and that will help you a lot. You'll get what you want. Okay, my dear?
Okay, great. Yes, ma'am.
All right, love. You have a beautiful evening.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much for calling in. Thank you. And Gabby, honey, I want to thank you so much for calling, for writing and helping me fill that time. And you will get a house. I did feel the first one needs a lot of work. The second one, I just get a funny feeling in the pit of my stomach about you and housing right now, as if this money is tight or there's a lot of obstacles. But eventually you will overcome everything and you will get a wonderful place to live, love. All right, everybody. Thank you so much for allowing me to be of service. I know that you're probably laughing at me right now because what kind of service could I be with the show dropping, with the switchboards freezing up, and with me calling in several times? But we tried our best this evening. God bless everybody and have a great day. Bye-bye. Oh my God. Man, this was such a rotten show.